How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Riley here. And today, you guys, yet again, I am bringing you all another brand new NBA video right here on my channel. Now, today, you guys, we're going to be covering a brand new topic yet again with this video. And today, we're actually going to be going over and diving into why Ben Simmons refuses to shoot threes in the NBA. I know that a lot of people are aware of this, and they question it almost every single time they watch Ben Simmons play. And I thought it would make a pretty good idea for a video, so we're actually going to be diving into the reasons of why he is not shooting in the NBA so far. And at the end of this, I'm going to want you guys to leave your feedback down below in the comments of what you think of this whole weird ordeal. Because like I said, a lot of people are aware of it, and if you aren't already, you are going to be quite aware of it after this video. But you guys, once again, as I do before every single video, if you guys are brand new viewers to the channel, or you guys are coming from a previous video and you have not done this yet, I'm highly encouraging each and every one of you guys to stop the video right now, pause me right this instant, and make sure to go down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You guys are not gonna regret doing this. I promise you guys that. It's free, it's easy, it gets you guys my content that much faster, especially when you hit that push notification bell. That way you guys get updates and notifications on your phone instantly when I post a video. So yes, for any of you guys who do this, I really do appreciate it, and I thank you guys tremendously. But without further ado, let's jump into why Ben Simmons refuses to shoot threes in the NBA. Alright, as I just stated before, it is clearly one of the more talked about discussions in the NBA concerning Ben Simmons and how he almost refuses to shoot from outside the paint in an NBA game so far. And I'm sure going off of that, as you guys saw Ben Simmons a little bit in college and through his high school days, if you watched him at all, he actually had a pretty sensible range and was actually really consistent in shooting from almost anywhere on the floor. And being a 6'10" point guard in the NBA, you would generally think that he would be able to shoot the basketball consistently, for that matter, considering it's more of a necessary thing when you think about being a point guard in the NBA. But as we have clearly already seen with Ben Simmons' career, he is proving this idea in theory to be completely wrong in almost every way possible up until this point. After winning Rookie of the Year in his entire rookie season campaign, and on top of that being selected to be an all-star in just his second year in the NBA, Ben Simmons has already proven himself to be a top-tier oriented point guard in the NBA. And he clearly also has a ton of potential going forward, as he is already putting up these decent numbers and having a decent career just in his second season. But the question that most of us are thinking with this video is rather obvious, and it is the fact that you would think that he's got to develop a jump shot, right? And that is what we are going to be essentially covering in this video, as we are ultimately covering why Ben Simmons does not take jump shots in the NBA, let alone threes, but a jump shot outside of the paint. And we are going to talk about if he ever will, for that fact, or how long it is going to take him down the road to do this. Alright guys, jumping into it, we are going to be going into Ben Simmons' statistics from his senior year of high school, which essentially was only about 3 or 4 years ago, which honestly scares me when thinking about that. But you guys, either way, let's jump into these stats, because if you guys have not seen them already, there are a fair amount of mixtapes and highlights of Ben Simmons in high school actually hitting a consistent amount of jump shots and three-pointers in high school, because he relatively dominated. And it's actually kind of shocking when you think about it, guys, if you are an NBA fan right now, to look back on his high school mixtapes, if you have not seen them, and actually see him be able to put up consistent jump shots and knock them down with ease. I mean, granted, it is against high school competition, but you guys get the point. In fact, he did attend Montverde Academy, which is one of the more top-tier high school programs in the entire country. But you guys, in his senior year of high school, Ben Simmons put up a total of 51 threes in the entire season throughout a 28-game span of a season, and he actually knocked down 15 of these three-pointers. So with this statistic, you guys, you can all say that he shot a decent 29% from the three-point arc while he was in high school. For his senior year, at least, I should say that. Averaging about 2 threes per game as well throughout that entire span, which is honestly a lot from Ben Simmons when most of us are looking at it and comparing it to how he plays the game now. But after looking at the stat, you guys, we can clearly see that Ben Simmons was not afraid to hike it up from behind the three-point arc in high school. Granted, we all do know that the three-point line in high school is substantially closer than the three-point line in the NBA, but still, you guys know what I'm getting at. He was still able to shoot a jump shot and make it somewhat consistently in high school. But the huge plummet in his outside game actually transitioned from his senior year of high school into his freshman year of college. And yes, you guys, for any of you that were wondering, Ben Simmons did only play 1 year in college, if you aren't aware, at the University of LSU. And in this 1 year, you guys, we witnessed a huge drop-off in the amount of outside shots that Ben Simmons decided to take. And this was very shocking, you guys, believe me, to most of the country, considering he was a point guard. But in his first and only year of college ball, Ben Simmons only attempted 3 three-pointers the entire year. And this was in a 33-game span. He only attempted 3. I am not kidding when I say this. Actually, funny enough, when looking at that, he made 1 of them. But actually, down the road, looking back at Ben Simmons, when you look at his college days, Ben Simmons, and we will be able to say that he shot 33% from 3 in his college career. But even with shooting this little amount from the outside in his 1 year at LSU, he was still able to average 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists per game on 56% overall field shooting, while winning SEC Rookie of the Year in 2016, and along with that, making the All-SEC team. But even with him still being able to be a top prospect in college and eventually go on to be a high draft pick, a lot of people were surprised to see this huge drop-off in Ben Simmons in a point guard with his unwillingness to shoot it from the outside and have to work his way inside for relatively all of his points. But you guys, this obviously did not faze any of the drafting scouts, as we saw Ben Simmons go #1 overall to the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2016 draft. But you guys, while transitioning into the NBA, some people wondered if this was just a weird fluke of him not shooting in college, or if this same style of play was going to end up transitioning into the NBA and him taking little shots from the outside. Because most people would think if you are the #1 overall pick and you are a point guard in the NBA, you're gonna have to shoot the ball. Like, that's inevitable, right? Well, I guess this statement is actually very wrong when we're looking at it right now. Because as most of us know, you guys, Ben Simmons has made his mark in the NBA pretty noticeable throughout his first 2 years. Without having an actual jump shot in the NBA in his rookie year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists per game, en route to winning Rookie of the Year in the 2018 NBA season. And in his rookie year in the NBA, you guys, I will tell you the statistic of his threes, and he only attempted 11 the entire year. And I should state along with this that he did not make a single one. And to be honest, I'm willing to bet that about 7 to 10 of these threes were just full court heaves at the buzzer. And after his rookie year, people thought maybe he'll just develop his shot after the first offseason. Because, I mean, after winning Rookie of the Year, you think that he could definitely improve with a jump shot in the NBA. It would definitely just help his overall game. But we were all wrong once again. As he followed up from his rookie year, his numbers actually somewhat increased in almost every major category, as he averaged 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists, almost a triple-double in his second year in the NBA without a jump shot. And in this season, again, with averaging these slightly advanced numbers, Ben Simmons only attempted 6 threes for the entire year. And once again, I'm making a safe bet to say that he probably attempted most of those threes on half-court or full-court heave. And I think it has to go without mentioning yet again that he did not make a single one of these threes. So yes, if you haven't added up the numbers in the NBA yet for Ben Simmons, I will do it for you right now. In his 2-year span in the NBA so far as a point guard, Ben Simmons has attempted 17 total three-pointers, most of them being full-court heaves again, as I should probably mention, and he has yet to make a single three in his NBA career. So with mentioning this, I think it's safe to say that when Ben Simmons does actually make his first spot-up three-point shot in the NBA, the fan base, no matter where he is playing, is going to absolutely lose their minds in every way. So obviously, after looking at all these statistics throughout almost the entire basketball career, the relative basketball career of Ben Simmons, there's obviously still a major question on the table that has not been answered. And that is, why doesn't Ben Simmons develop a shot or try to shoot from the outside? Like, it seems obvious to most people that have watched the 76ers for the past 2 years that if Ben Simmons were to develop an at least decent jump shot, that it would help out the offensive scheme of the Philadelphia 76ers tremendously. But Ben Simmons has actually hinted towards in the past of why he has not developed a shot yet and why he is waiting to do so. Earlier in the beginning of the 2018 to 2019 NBA season, in the preseason press conference interviews, Simmons was reported as stating the following regarding if he will ever develop a jump shot in the NBA. As I have it quoted here, Ben Simmons said, "Shooting threes isn't my main goal at all. I mean, I'm not even where I want to be when it comes to finishing at the rim or my post finishes. I'm still getting better at that. Once I'm good at that, then I'll probably extend my game." So with this quote from Simmons, you guys, it is pretty obvious that he's not necessarily scared of developing an outside shot or attempting one, but rather, as of right now, he is not really focused on trying to develop that, but instead trying to develop other parts of his game to an extent. Which you can kind of see where he's coming from when he says this, but you can also somewhat make a case that this is kind of absurd. Because considering the fact that we have seen clips and videos of Ben shots consistently hitting some jumpers in warm-ups and in practice, and the fact that you are good enough to make it to the NBA as a point guard, you definitely should have the ability or have the skill to make a jump shot somewhat consistently. But when you look at it from the side of how Ben Simmons explained the situation, it also does make sense. Actually, when looking at this, Ben Simmons actually carries one of the biggest offensive loads, at least he did in his rookie year, and these numbers are relatively the same in his second year. And the fact of these numbers is that Ben Simmons actually had the most touches on the ball out of any player in the entire NBA in his rookie year. And with this huge responsibility, you guys, as a young player in the NBA, Simmons feels the need to focus more on his inside game and passing abilities and other realms of his game before he feels like he is able to actually transition into an outside game and develop that consistently. But regardless of the fact that Ben Simmons will honestly ever develop a jump shot from the outside in his NBA career, he is showing us living proof to a theory or idea that most people did not think was possible in today's game, and that is the fact of being a position player who is not a center and able to be extremely successful, especially at such a young age, without a jump shot. I mean, honestly, you guys, if you were to ask me beforehand looking at Ben Simmons that if a point guard in the NBA were able to be successful in today's game without having an actual jump shot, I would probably call you crazy. And I mean, when we truly think about it, we probably probably all do expect Ben Simmons to develop at least somewhat of a jump shot, as again, he is only in his second year in the NBA. He's got a long road to go with his entire career. But regardless of that fact, Simmons' inability to shoot from the outside right now is something the NBA has not seen in quite a while, and it is keeping the entire NBA fan base on the edge of our seats just waiting for Simmons to knock down that first career three-pointer. That's honestly going to be insane, you guys. That's going to be one of the most memorable days in Ben Simmons' career. That's probably going to be a fact. All right, you guys, after that last statement, I'm thinking that's going to mark the end of the video here today. Once again, you guys, I'm really hoping you all did enjoy the video, and if you did in any way, shape, or form, please, I'm highly encouraging each and every one of you guys to go down below and slap a big fat like on it for me. You guys know how much the support means. I cannot say it enough. I love it. You guys are bringing it like crazy. The channel is growing like crazy, and I cannot thank you guys enough. I thank each and every one of you guys so much for everything. Also, before you guys click off this video, make sure to go down below and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming out with brand new NBA videos every single week. I got a ton of stuff planned going forward. You guys don't want to miss out. I promise you that. But after stating that, I think that's the final thing I have to say for this video. So once again, you guys, I thank you so much for watching. I love each and every one of you guys. Never forget that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!